Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at theDove.us. Welcome back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess it's an honor. No, it is.
Oh, wise guy.
Bob Just is here today to make a big announcement. On this first day of April, Bob has decided to finally become a Republican.
You would have to go political.
Oh, it's April Fool's Day. Hi, Bob. How are you?
How you doing, Perry? I like to think of it as April Fun Day, considering our topic.
Yeah, well, it is. I promoted you all morning long that we were going to have you on, and Bob was going to talk about ice cream. They go, no.
No, really. Yes,
well,
really.
We really are.
Yes.
Good to see you, bud.
It's nice to be here,
One of your
Perry.
passions, and I know you've been a community organizer, but in the good sense. You going to run for president?
Yeah. Thank you for the thought.
Okay, well, anyway, Bob has worked hard in Josephine County all of these years. You have concerned fathers, you have concerned mothers. You've done an incredible job of serving your community. And one of the things that has come out of this is a very unique opportunity. And the reason I had Bob on today is I want him to talk about this, and I want to encourage you to possibly make a phone call coming up here in just a moment. But the subject is birthday. You go, well, birthday. Yeah, we all have birthdays. You know, I interviewed somebody the other day, Bob, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I interviewed somebody who at 4.5 years old was left on a train and abandoned by her mother.
Oh.
And she wasn't picked up by an orphanage until she was 7. So she had to live from 4.5 till 7 on the streets.
Oh my gosh.
And when I got to interviewing her, she doesn't know her birthday.
Yeah.
She didn't know when she was born. And so I thought of you the moment I heard that. It kind of stunned me. You know, you're in an interview and you're told something like that and your brain's racing and yet you're trying to keep track of who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. But I thought of this whole event that you're doing today, or that you'll be doing on May 1st. Right. Birthday. Tell us what it is. How'd that come about?
Well, we're of course kicking off the fundraiser thanks to you and theDove today. But it all started, I was a fairly cynical youth when I was in film school and dating my wife. And when we got married, at one point, my wife Wendy always loved birthdays. And I was very cynical about, oh, you know, cake, you have to give a gift, and it's long, and another year has passed. And my wife said, you don't get it. She said, birthday is a celebration that person exists. And it completely turned me around about birthdays. I had never thought of it that way, that you really are celebrating that person is alive, that person is with you on this earth. And it completely turned me around about birthdays. And about 15 years ago, I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to have a day where we celebrate everybody's birthday on the same day? Because how many people do you know? You could be sitting across someone at a cup of coffee or discussing business, someone that you're fairly close to, and it could be his or her birthday, and they probably wouldn't tell you if you didn't know. Mm-hmm. People don't like to draw attention to themselves that way, but there are people we do want to honor. And we picked May 1st as Birth Day, you know, birth-day, I mean, like Earth Day. Mm-hmm. To celebrate everyone's birthday on the same day. Now, it's for everybody, adults and children. But our focus was, hey, let's get into the schools, public and private, and let's just love on the kids. Let's celebrate their birthday collectively. And we absolutely caught a wave because it's difficult for a school like Grants Pass High. We did Grants Pass High last year. It was our 3rd year for celebrating birthday. They have too many students to be able to honor individual birthdays. And a lot of kids have their birthdays during the summer, or maybe they come from a difficult family background and birthdays are not really so, you know, very good for them, or they're not cool and don't get invited to the cool parties. This is a day when we can all just honor each other for the life that we represent, that we are on this earth together. And that's what the seed of it was. And the second seed of birthday was that, and I've told you this story, we've talked about it on theDove, and it relates to what you said about that 4-year-old, is that I was in a Jewish boarding school for troubled kids when I was 7 years old through 9 years old because of my parents' divorce when I was 5, and a story that we've talked about often. And I'll never forget the local law enforcement in Pleasantville came to Pleasantville Cottage School, which still exists, and put on a show for us. And they gave us these cardboard boxes. Each one, we had our own one, and we sat it on our lap, filled with cookies and toys and little stuff. And then they put a show on for us. And I don't think they could have been on campus for more than an hour. But I never forgot that, because those law enforcement guys, and back then law enforcement was all male, they represented father to me. And it was when I realized, oh my gosh, father and loving parents are a bigger thing than our own parents. Mm-hmm. It is really about the fact that we adults do love our kids. Mm-hmm. We do care about the kids in the community. We just don't have much chance to access them. And so this is a chance with birthday coming May 1st to be the bridge where we can just love on our kids.
All right. Now, that all said, you can go down this road a lot. I know a lot of people who have a birthday, but they were raised in an atmosphere where that was never celebrated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you're right. There's a lot of people, today is their birthday or whenever their birthday is, and it's just another day on the calendar. You know, there's no reason to stop and celebrate. And what this is trying to do is say, wait a minute, time out. You were born. You're unique. You have a purpose. Your fingerprint's different than anybody else's. You know, you are a creation of God. Okay.
Right. As our slogan goes, I mean, because of course going into the public schools, we're very respectful of the secular arena. But what we're saying, everybody knows is true. Just what you said. Yeah. You're unique. Our slogan is, there's never been another you and there never will be.
Yeah.
You are here now and you are unique, and we're honoring that.
So you're going into the schools, public and private, on that day. You have a team of people. And here's what we're asking you to prayerfully consider. You need to raise some money for some ice cream.
A fair amount of money.
Okay, so what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to, what you do is you have a little bit of an ice cream social for everybody.
Well, it is kind of like that. I remember we first went early in birthday, as we were beginning to develop the first birthday in 2012. We met with Pastor Weber over at Parkway Christian Center, and then we were just talking about it, and we were saying, well, we want to do this, but we want to celebrate the birthday, but we're not sure, you know, cake, ice cream, what we're going to do. And he said, well, why don't you do ice cream? You know, we were thinking ice cream cones, and we developed that into ice cream sundaes. The fun thing about sundaes is, you know, we put M&Ms on it, we put, you know, whipped cream, a chocolate sauce. It's not just giving the kids ice cream, it's kind of a thing. And they go down the line and they get scooped, you know, whether it's the mothers do the elementary school and the middle schools and the fathers do the high schools. And they scoop out the ice cream, they put the M&Ms, and it's kind of a ceremony a little. Okay. And then, and meanwhile, the adults are saying, hey, you know, there's never been another you and there never will be. Happy birthday. You know, I just want to know, I'm really glad you're here. And a lot of these kids, we would be amazed, especially you folks, including you, Perry, come from fairly normal families. I don't come from a fairly normal family. I love my parents, but with the divorce and with all the troubles of my youth, and I had it mild compared to many, you know, that concept of not just an individual adult, but adults, fathers, mothers, and that it's the community that's staring you right in the face and saying, I'm glad you're around. All right. And you know, there are, you know, issues of suicide and depression and a lot of issues that young people have.
We got a video, and we're going to show it to you in a minute, but first of all, I want to just let you know there's a phone number here that you can call, and basically what we're asking you to consider is any amount that the Lord is leading you, but $10 buys how much ice cream?
Well, we're figuring $1 a child for $1 a child for an ice cream sundae, $1 a sundae.
All right, so we're trying to do $1 a sundae. So could you do a child, $1? Could you do $5, 5 kids, $10, 10
whatever
kids?
You're led to
whatever
do.
You're led. Here's a phone number. It's a special phone number, and we're asking you to pray about it. Maybe you need some time to think about it and pray about it. But there's the phone number. The call is 1-541-412-5422. You got that? You can go to birth-day2015.com. You can give on that website, or you can go call a number right now, and they have some folks that will take your call. And look, I'm asking you to do $1. You know, if everybody listening and watching did $1, you'd have your budget made.
Yeah.
You know, so, but maybe you can do more. This is so simple. I can't tell you what a sundae, ice cream sundae, would mean to a kid, that when all of a sudden it's given to them, you are unique and there will never be any other person like you.
Yeah, it's really...
It's a stop and recalculate, it's a stop and reboot moment for a lot of kids.
I have to tell you, and this is a good thing to say right before people watch this video, one of our team leaders, one of our executive board members, Alan, was talking to the men a couple of weeks ago. And he was the team captain at Grants Pass High last year, because kind of marshaling the forces. About 40 concerned fathers went into the high school. And he told a story about one girl who came up to him and said, you know, this is the best day of my life. And as he was telling the men this story, he broke down. He could not get the words out. He was so overwhelmed with emotion because he realized what this meant to this girl, meaning what kind of life, what her struggles were. And so I said to the men right then, I said, you know, we always talk about the impact this has on the kids. Don't underestimate the impact this is going to have on you.
So you need around $5 grand?
We're looking for $7,500. We're looking, last year we served almost 4,000 kids. This year we're looking in the range of 6,000 kids. Wow. And kids come back for seconds. We want to celebrate them. We don't want to say, well, you can only have this, and we want the scoops to be big. We want to really love on them. So.
All right. Here's the phone number, 541-412-5422. Let me show you a little video. This will, for those watching on the Dove TV, if you're listening on the radio, you'll be able to catch this as well. But this is a little bit of an idea of what happens on birth/day, May 1st, coming up.
Remember those early days? At the time, they seemed so real, so important. And while looking back at our choice of dress or hairstyle might make us laugh now, the truth is those days profoundly shaped our lives. And even though the times have changed, kids really haven't. Most young people today are still trying desperately to fit in, while others are trying desperately to stand out. Yet all of them have a common need, a need to know they are loved and that their life has value.
Think like, oh, you know, birthdays, when my birthday would come around, I'm like, it's my birthday, I'm another year, yippee. But now my view kind of got changed on that it is my birthday, I'm alive.
Everyone likes ice cream, so the ice cream thing was pretty cool. And we're just talking about how we all have different perspectives now on birthdays and how we can picture ourselves as unique individuals and not just like, oh, I'm another year older, I get cake, whatever.
This culture is the most lonely, most depressed culture that has ever been. It's definitely a good thing to remember, that my life is very valuable. I am important. I have worth.
So I think everyone naturally responds positively, and as they become to realize, this is more than just happy birthday. It's life. It's the miracle of life. It's the privilege of being human, kind of thing, that people definitely respond to.
Has this changed your mind at all?
I think it has. It's just let me think more about it, because I think life is precious, but putting it more in, like, your birthday is special too, and just kind of going back to birthday as celebrating your life, and like, that's true, and it was just really cool.
Birthday. It's simple, it's fun, and we've got the smiles to prove it.
There you go, and that is Birthday 2015 coming up on May 1st. Again, if you want to help with So helping them buy the ice cream, they need a little over $7,000 to buy all the ice cream. That's a lot of ice cream. But you're going to be in all the schools there. Here's the number, 541-412-5422. Again, that's a special number just for this, 541-412-5422. Or you can go to birth-day2015.com. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and our guest today is, again, Bob Just, and today Bob's wearing a different hat. He's not a political commentator today, but really reaching down into his heart and doing what he's really passionate about, and that's serving the community in and around the Grants Pass area. And for a couple of years now, they've been doing what they call Birth Day, and they usually celebrate it on May 1st, and that's celebrating everybody's birthday. And so in the meantime, it's all done over with ice cream. And they need some help to raise the funds for ice cream, and it's about $7,000. But you're going to be in how many schools, Bob? I mean, you do this. This is amazing.
The way it grew, it's amazing what's happening, Perry. We started off with one school. We launched it at New Hope Christian School in 2012, and then the second year we went into Jerome Prairie and Madrona and also St. Anne. So we did 4 schools in our second year, 2013. 2014. It started to really move. Grants Pass High wanted us to come there. And the men, we were all wondering, well, you know, we can see that the elementary school, middle school kids are like this, but how are the high school kids going to react to all of a sudden, 40 plus, concerned fathers serving up ice cream sundaes in the middle of the quad at Grants Pass High? We didn't really know how the kids would react. And it was just wonderful to behold. One of the elders at one of the churches was there that day and said he felt it was like almost these are my words, but this is what he was saying. He felt it was almost a pre-revival experience because the kids just looked at us, and all of a sudden these kids, dressed in different ways and in different places in their life, all of a sudden just became kids. Mm-hmm. And there they are. We had law enforcement with us because Concerned Fathers Against Crime, we work with law enforcement, and we were scooping ice cream and putting the sundaes, and the kids just turned into kids. And it was the most wonderful experience. We had a whole bunch of men that were just, milling around with the kids, talking to them and stuff. Not everyone scoops ice cream. Other guys are just there talking to the kids. And same with the moms, they're talking to the kids. But the main thing was that all our concerns about, well, how will the kids react? I mean, will they accept us? Will they be too cool for this? No, it touches hearts because in the end, what they're looking at is these community leaders are here for us.
Okay. Wow, and so how many schools this year, roughly?
Well, and this year is breakthrough. Last year we did 7 schools, and this year we're doing about 15. We're trying to gauge it with the money we can raise, but that's a lot of schools, and it's a lot of people. It all happens on one day in one long lunch hour. So it's like a marching army of moms and dads just loving on kids. But the logistics of getting the chocolate sauce there and the M&Ms and the whipped cream and storing the ice cream and making sure the ice cream's soft enough to scoop, and it's it's a logistical march,
Yeah.
But in the end, last year we came away just stunned at the reaction the kids had. A lot of us just don't realize what it means to a kid that's looking out his window at a world they don't understand, not seeing a heck of a lot of love in their life. Maybe, they have some, but they don't know the community cares about them. That's the thing. They don't know we care. And this is a visible demonstration that we care.
Well, it's about $1 a kid. That's how it works out. And so here's what you can do. A couple things you can do. There is a special phone number if you want to donate. And maybe it's $1. You say, really, $1? Yes. Yes, $1, or any other amount that the Lord is leading you to do. And I don't do this very often, but I have seen the impact of what this one day can do in a young person's life. It's very impacting because it's promptu, they don't know it's coming, and all of a sudden they are the star of the show.
That's right.
And so 541-412-5422, and there is a website. If you'd like to help raise the money for the ice cream, you can go to their website, birth-day2015.com, and that's the best way to, you can go there and you can donate through the website, or if you feel led, and it's all secure, you can call them on the phone, 541-412-5422, And $1, $5, $10, $15, $20, $100.
Whatever you can
do.
do, whatever you're moved to do would be wonderful.
And you know, we just want to buy the ice cream. That's
yeah,
all. This is so simple. Ice cream for kids. Where all of a sudden, why is the ice cream here today? Because of you, because of me. Yeah, you. And I think you say, did you know you are unique, truly special, one of a kind?
Right. You know,
that says it all.
You know, I grew up Jewish, and the Jewish toast, l'chaim, to life. People who know the movie Fiddler on Roof will remember that phrase. To life. Well, you know what? Life is, it's so precious that we are walking around. Our body works, we breathe, we live, we affect each other, we do things, we make things happen. Honoring life is really so central to our faith, and it's for kids to have these people there honoring their life and saying, you know, you're unique. There's never been another you, and there never will be again. This is who you are. This is your moment, and I'm honoring that. It has a deep and profound effect. And you know one thing, good teachers know this. Good teachers know that when you're with kids, you ever talk to a teacher who really knows what he or she is doing, loves kids, they always have a more optimistic view of what's happening with young people than we who are dealing with, oh my gosh, the culture and politics and everything. And the reason why they have a more optimistic view is they get to know the kids. They get to see past the silly fashions and the rebellion and the attitude. They get to see past that, and they get to see the heart of the kid over time because they have contact with the child. Mm-hmm. Well, most of us don't have that contact with children on a mass scale. And so this is a chance for the rest of us to love on kids in a way that impacts kids.
You know, the thing that this is a small image of what happens during Operation Christmas Child when these kids get these boxes, these Christmas boxes from Samaritan's Purse, Operation Christmas Child, you know, the Franklin Graham thing. Out of the blue, all of a sudden, from a country far, far away, they're singled out to receive a present. And the results from those boxes around the world has been life-changing. And we've had kids now who are in missionary work as a result of receiving a box. We've interviewed them on theDove. So we're going to boil that down to a cup of ice cream with a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah.
Sprinkles and chocolate.
And they can have seconds.
Oh, they can have seconds. And you just sugar them up real good and send them back to class. I feel sorry for the teacher the next hour.
Grants Pass High sent me a wonderful email just saying how the reaction was so wonderful. And there were just everyone loved it. And you know what's funny is the staff comes out and says, can we have a Sunday too? You know, the teachers love it too.
All right, so here's the number. It averages down to be about $1 a child, a student. And so 541-412-5422. Now, I don't do this very often, but this is so unique. It so simply impacts kids' lives in a special way. And it's coming up May 1st. So maybe you need to pray about it. Maybe your Sunday school class would like to sponsor 400 or 500 kids, or maybe your ladies group or your men's group would like to do this, and you need to think about it and take it to them. Well, jot this number down, 541-412-5422, or jot this website down, and then you can get a hold of Bob and the crew that way and say, yeah, hey, maybe our Sunday school class or our men's group would like to sponsor a bunch of kids. At $5, you know, whatever. It's $1 a kid, but you know, whatever your group wants to do. It's birth-day2015.com. And you're going into 15 schools. This is a huge commitment.
Yeah, this is our 4th year. I mean, we've beta tested this. We've been serious about it. We're gaining real experience with this. So if if people in Medford want to do it, the kids need to be loved. I want to say, because it's wonderful, your point about groups. You can write a check. If you want to send a check, if you're a group, it's easier to write a check to Birthday Committee. We have a Birthday Committee checking account at Evergreen Federal. You can send it to 233 Rogue River Highway, 233 Rogue River Highway, Grants Pass, Oregon 97527. Send it to Birthday Committee, and if that's another way you can reach us, that would be great.
Well, pray about it. only do what the Lord's leading you to do. You'll touch a lot of kids' lives. 541-412-5422.
And spread the word.
And spread the
to
word.
friends and family.
And we'll have it up on the Facebook page. We'll spread it around that way. But Bob, thanks. I can't wait to see the film from this next year. You know,
thank you, Perry. Thank you. And thank you, theDove.
And thank you for finally converting. On this
He's working on me, folks. He's working on me.
No, I've given up. There's just some things you can't change. He's one of All right. Again, 541-412-5422. Help a kid with an ice cream sundae, okay? All right. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, sir.